Good evening, and welcome to Press Play. I'm your host, Cedric Fisher. Happy Friday. We're back again for a great edition of Press Play. We're a product of Black Book Studios. You can find us at blackbookstudios.org. We also have set up a COVID-19 website, blackimpactsab.org, all things COVID response, resources, relief programs, questions, answers. We keep up with stats of COVID casualties, etc. And again, that's blackimpactsab.org. I'd like to welcome you to the show. If you've been following us for the past few weeks, we've been talking about COVID and we've been introducing key stakeholders, community leaders, folks that are doing good work behind the scenes to address COVID-19. This has changed our lives forever. A lot of us are now dealing with things like mental fatigue, frustration, claustrophobia, cabin fever. We want out and we want to get back to life as we knew it before. But will it ever get there? That's a good question. Remember, there is no normal anymore. We're just waiting for that new normal to happen. Let's talk about some of the stats that are going on right now. As it stands, as a state, we are experiencing, we've had 43,000 COVID cases in the state of Texas. That's 1,200 deaths so far in Texas. More locally here, we're dealing with almost 70 deaths in Bexar County. And we still have a lot of folks that are both in the hospital and some that haven't been diagnosed. They are starting to do testing, and right now it's volunteer testing. You may have heard of some of the testing sites that are available in town that you can go and have yourself tested if you feel that you may have symptoms of COVID-19. This evening, we're pleased to bring to the show a wonderful gentleman who is a part of a nonprofit organization who's responding to, again, some of the folks that are becoming either, well, I don't want to say without meals, but folks that may be going hungry or kids and their families that may be going hungry as a result of COVID-19. And I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Anthony Johnson, who's going to talk to us about the Dream Leadership Academy and their response to COVID-19. Before I introduce Anthony, who is the founder and managing director, do want to share with you guys that this evening, former President Barack Obama will be doing a commencement address for senior high school graduates or high school graduates. It's going to be at 8 o'clock, and I think it's on most of the national networks. You guys want to stay tuned and pay attention to that. One of our local has his own campaign going to raise funds for COVID-19, and you can probably Google him if you'd like to contribute to his cause. So without further ado, let's bring on Mr. Anthony Johnson. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's good to be here.
And
Yes,
Anthony's got a great program. Again, he's founder and managing director of Leadership Academy. They host a food drive 3 days a week on East Commerce, on the east side of town. And Anthony, why don't you tell us about your background and then about your organization, and we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. So I'm a military dependent, right? Go Air Force. And I'm from Hawaii. I've lived here in San Antonio off and on for about the last 10 years. Most recently for about the last 2 years over in the Wheatley Courts area, or Old Wheatley Courts. I think now they call it East Meadows Apartments and Townhomes. And when I first moved back to San Antonio, a lot of the people that I asked, how's San Antonio looking? Where are the people that look like me? I want to be around them. Too often we try to disperse and kind of separate from one another. And they said, "Oh, you need to go live over here. It's the hood." And I said, just because it's a lot of us doesn't mean it's the hood. So that's immediately where I went.
Okay.
And in that time period, I kind of understood what I felt was needed as far as the future of our children, the future of our society. which was mentorship. And with that said, I had the opportunity and was fortunate enough to put together a program called Hometown Heroes. And from that, kind of just spin off several different opportunities, one of which a partnership with the local food bank. And from that, we serve the community 3 days a week. It's not a one and done for us. It's an ongoing thing until we get back to a new normal. There are many families that are going without, and I can't sit around to be as blessed and fortunate as I have been to do nothing. And so my way of doing so was to put an organization together, a team of, or we like to call them dream team, of local servants and leaders, both active duty, veterans, civilians, church members, that share that same sentiment of giving back. And we do so 3 days a week at our center here at 3363 East Commerce Street. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. And most recently, we've started to do COVID-19 Dream Care Kits. Every care kit comes with a handmade face mask or face covering.
Handmade, okay.
With filter, donated by a local business here as well, and homemade hand sanitizers to go along with a few other essential items. Whether it's a roll of toilet tissue, sanitary wipes, feminine hygiene products, all the way down to a clean pair of underwear. Toothbrush, toothpaste, donated by local businesses, dental offices.
And you call that the what kit?
It's a COVID-19 Dream Care Kit.
Dream Care Kit.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's really essential items, hygiene items,
not
not necessarily food.
Yeah, not just food. No. The food bank was a pivotal part of this operation, being that they provide the breakfast and the lunch meal to anybody that comes to our center and lets us know how many kids they have in the car, and we can provide that to you free of charge. But it starts with food, and I think it has the opportunity to expand to a plethora of different things. And we've kind of taken that next step. I think a lot of other organizations have caught on to what we're doing, and some that have already kind of led that charge in the past as far as serving meals. Okay. But it's a lot more than that, because there are a lot of places that people need to go that they're told not to go, but they still go anyway. And if you're gonna go, make sure you're being safe. Take a face mask with you, and oftentimes I see a lot of individuals with crusted, dirty face masks that look like they've worn them for the last couple of weeks. And that's not a knock to them, but from a sanitary standpoint, that's not the best thing, right? So we go out and we purchase the cloth and the materials, and we put everything together. Our volunteers come out every Tuesday and Thursday to help put our face masks together, as well as put the hand sanitizers together and separate all the items out to also include in the kit. And we give that away for free. All we ask is that you go on our Facebook page at Dream Leadership Academy USA, and simply send us a message and say, hey, we want to register our household for a care kit. We'll get some basic information from you, and that way when you show up, due to limited resources, we don't want to run out too soon. We want to be able to help out as many families as possible. We're willing to put in the work, but resources are scarce at the moment. So,
are you open to partnering with other organizations, and how do you select who you might partner with?
Yeah, so
maybe you could list some of the organizations.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the past, we've partnered with REM Academy, which is a local nonprofit here. as well as Melanin Movers Movement, as they like to be called. Some great young men and great women from two different organizations, as well as Covenant Christian Community Church. It just happens to be the church I attend. They kind of heard about what we were doing through Facebook and were proactive in their approach to say, hey, look, we want to support you. We're not able to have service right now. We've chosen to keep our congregation safe, but we still want to be able to, touch the community. So we like to be able to support you in that way. And then also local businesses. Local businesses have the opportunity to donate one or many care kits as well. All we ask is, a $20 donation, and you could sponsor a kit for a family, or you could sponsor 5 kits or 500 kits. But I think at this point we're structuring our relationships based on the impact that they want to deliver in a community, not just what's in it for them. Too often I think we're told, with them, right, what's in it for me.
Right.
And it's really not about what's in it for me or what's in it for you. It's more about what's in it for the community. And there are many organizations, and I won't name any that I've noticed, that in my opinion aren't doing as much, right? And it really kind of baffles me that when everything's normal, oh man, they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. But when things hit the fan, they're nowhere to be seen. That throws me far left, and I don't get it. Because the only way we're going to be able to make any progress is if we stick together, right? And that's what we're all about. Is not being better than anybody, but kind of leading that charge, if that makes sense, right? So Dream Leadership Academy.
Sure.
We want to be the ones that kind of say, hey, look, this isn't right. This is what we need to do about it. Let's put an action plan in place, and let's get that ball rolling. And from that, we can't take any credit for anybody else that's starting to step up, but more power to them. That's what you should be doing. We have to treat today's society like, and pardon what I'm gonna say, but like we're still slaves. Are you gonna be the type of slave that tells on me when I run off the cotton field, or are you gonna be the one that has my back? Because I know what type I'm gonna be. I don't know where he went, boss, and that's just what it is. But too often I think we get he went that way, and that's not how I was raised. So I don't get it.
Okay.
My mother and father being Air Force, so I just don't understand.
Sure.
So
So you obviously chose to locate your agency on the east side of town.
yes, sir.
In terms of resources and support from Greater San Antonio, has it been helpful or limited, or how's that working out?
So I'll say we had a meeting once with our local councilwoman here in District 2.
Okay.
And she seemed really excited about, and this was pre-COVID, right? So she seemed really excited about what we were doing with regards to our mentorship program. And we had really just kind of started to have some families bring their kids to our center and learn about what we were doing, with Hometown Heroes. And she thought it was a great idea. She was like, hey, this is awesome. This is great. If this is what you're doing, we want to support you. But then COVID hit, and then all of a sudden, funding was paused and this and that. And so we've really just been struggling on our own, trying to make ends meet. Money out of my pocket, family members' pockets, other friends' pockets, to just keep the lights on, at a bare minimum. And any relationship that we've been able to establish or form outside of the city of San Antonio has really helped us with the assembly of the kits. And then, of course, like I said, our partnership with the food bank, which I think they're an awesome organization. So continue to support them, because they make that possible. The food bank is really coming in strong right now.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah, which
but
they
as
are.
far as but as
Yeah,
far as
they
from
get national recognition.
yeah, right. I'm sure
Sure.
they do, right? But as far as from the city, we're still waiting on something. So we'll see when the city opens back up, or they say there's all of these things that you can go out there and apply for, but I mean, you see us on Commerce, you see us with our signs.
Sure.
I know you know about us. I know you know we're out there. You got to be proactive. We're out there. We're out there deep, and when I hear things like that, it blows my mind. It's like saying, you see somebody on the side of the road dying. Well, they need to call the ambulance. Do they need to call the ambulance? Or you see them dying, do something about it, and so, but I won't get into that. I think our councilwoman is, matter of fact, I just reached out to her earlier this morning.
Okay.
So fingers crossed on where that can go. So we'll just leave it at that for now.
If you were located somewhere else in town, would it make a difference? What do you think?
As far as receiving any funding?
Sure.
I mean, I think I kind of understand the question, but I would hope not, right? I would hope it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
So I hope it doesn't make a difference that we are where we're located, and if it does make a difference, I would like for somebody to tell me that to my face, so I can understand who thinks that way.
Yeah.
So we won't. I won't get too deep off into that, but I will say this: if you want to help a particular community, and then you set up shop somewhere else, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You need to be where your people are, the ones that you're trying to help. I had a talk recently with one of the chairpersons here for the NAACP, and they wanted to have a meeting somewhere else far on the other side of town. I said, but why? I thought we're trying to gather the masses of people that look like us. They're here on this side of town. So eventually we winded up having the meeting at Tony G's. But it's the thought process like that I'm just like, well, but that doesn't make any sense to me. And here's why, and they give me all their reasons, but it's neither here nor there. We're here. That's what matters. We're serving. We're hitting the marks. We're hitting our numbers. And, as we continue, again, like I was telling you, next week, we'll probably up our numbers to 300 meals every day. We're trying to get to 500 every day. And I think that's easily doable as long as we got the right support. I can't serve 500 by myself, right, but I'll definitely try,
And you guys are the only Dream Leadership Academy in town.
Yeah. So there are, from what I understand, I think there's a church that someone drove by and told me once called Dream Center. I went on their Facebook page, and then there's some scholarship program that came along at some point called Dream Big. I'm sure there's a lot of dreams, everything.
Yeah. But
the reality is, when they tell you Business 101, before you set up your name of anything, first few things you need to do is go see if anybody has that name, Facebook, right? And so we covered our bases. What people chose to do after us is a different thing. Colors, is a whole different story. But we won't get into that. But we are the only Dream Leadership Academy incorporated that is operating here in San Antonio. We look to have in our vision is to have about 3 or 4 locations in San Antonio. Could they kind of serve in that same sort of capacity as a local YMCA? They add value in that community that they're in. And so if we can get about 3 or 4 of them, cover all the bases, north, south, east, and west, before we start to expand to other cities, because we get contacted all the time from people that look like you and me from other cities that see what we're doing and say, hey, can you come out and do that as well? Yeah. So we look forward to it.
Okay. I know, I guess I'm kind of curious what type of press and media coverage are you guys receiving? I've passed by a couple of times. I've seen local media and cameras out. I keep up with the Rivard Report, and I know they give a lot of coverage. I mean, they're doing a pretty good job. In fact, they've profiled us recently.
Okay.
And they mentioned today that Dave Robinson and his son have put their fund fundraising program together and their effort together. Are you guys getting enough media coverage? Do you feel like, you're really getting the word around town of what you're doing?
I don't think so. I think some people with good hearts want to help, you know. But I think the best thing that they're doing at this point is just sharing information on our Facebook page, and that's a blessing for us, because it still takes a little bit of effort to hit the share button. And we've had Univision come out a couple of times.
So Univision?
Univision San Antonio, which I think is great. I greatly appreciate them. That's that sort of initiative that we're hoping for. And then earlier this morning we had Fox 29 come out, which I think is a local affiliate here,
Sure.
Fox News.
Absolutely.
They kind of gave us a quick little blurb, but we just recently brought on a media manager to be able to kind of help facilitate that process for us, and we're hoping to get a lot more. Fingers crossed. But I think I don't have a sports background. I didn't play for the Spurs. I don't own a law firm, where we talk about how much money we're making. I'm not in the business of making money, so I don't have a lot of those connections yet, right?
Yeah.
I'm mission oriented,
Okay.
and all I know is, to give you an idea, when COVID first really kind of locked down things, all I knew was, all right, first we got to keep our kids safe, so we got to stop what we're doing at the center. Second, our kids need to eat. And then I started thinking about my son specifically. Mm-hmm. And, I did a little bit of research, and I was like, wow, a lot of these kids, that's their only meal. That breakfast and that lunch is their only meal 5 days a week. And that's a sad fact. So I went out to Walmart immediately and H-E-B and started buying a bunch of items, and we call them snack packs. You can see pictures on our Instagram and Facebook page. Yeah. And I would just hit up different communities and just door to door, hey, look, are there any kids in the household? I'd like to be able to, drop off, from our organization. And that's where things kind of started for us. But I wish we would get a lot more press. Yeah. Not that I'm trying to, get a lot of shine. That's not really my thing, to be honest with you. But, let my media manager tell it, Anthony, you're going to get a lot. Mm-hmm. So I'd rather have somebody else kind of in my place leading that charge, and I'd rather just be out there, in the trenches doing what I need to do.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this program, which folks can replay on YouTube, Black Video Network, you'll see this show and think about Anthony's organization. Anthony, how can the community best support and help you guys at this time?
Stay safe, right? I mean, let's do better with using our common sense. If you don't need to be out, don't be out. Don't be out just to be out because you need to get out. If you need to get out, go take a run, go take a walk. But if you want to help us out, at a minimum, check out our Facebook page, Dream Leadership Academy USA.
Okay.
Take a look at a few different posts. Share something that you might like. There may be your friend or a family member that sees your share and sees something that they need and decides to come take advantage of it. On the other side of that spectrum, obviously monetary donations help a lot. That help us, buy the materials that we need. But if you have access to resources, we need aloe vera gel. Aloe vera, it's like the hardest word. Mm-hmm. We need aloe vera gel. We need rubbing alcohol. I think it's isopure, I don't know, but rubbing alcohol, anything 60 or 70% or more. Fabric, cloth fabric, so we can make our face mask, and then also essential care items. So if you're at the store and the store says you can only get 3 things of toilet paper, grab us one, drop it off at our center. If you're buying a bunch of packs of granola bars, grab us one, drop it off, because we're going to add those things to our kits. There are little things like that, little travel size deodorants, lotions, things that, hand gloves, disposable gloves.
Yeah.
I don't see too many people that have so many different, things of disposable gloves, and think that through. When you go get gas from the gas station, put some gloves on, then pump your gas. But if you don't have extra disposable gloves, how can you do that, right? So, when you feel like doing something, you feel like giving, and you want to help out the people that look like you and I, grab an extra one and drop it off at our center. Reach out to us. Hey, I got you guys an extra thing of toilet tissue. I got you an extra pack of rubbing alcohol, or whatever that may be. And that really helps. I don't want people to always think, well, they just want our money and we don't know where the money is going to go. I mean, yeah, there may be other organizations that do that, but what we're about is measurable impact. Or if you want to say, hey, look, I want to sponsor or donate a certain number of kits, that really helps us. I had a few businesses yesterday. Hey, we want to sponsor 2 kits each. Great.
And they give you money, and that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
They can
That's how
cut
that
us.
works.
They can cut us a check.
Yeah.
And we'd give them a receipt, right there on spot. Or you can text on your phone, on your cell phone, to the number 63975. So that's 63975. You can text the letters DLA and then the number 2. So text DLA, stands for Dream Leadership Academy, and the number 2, all together, DLA 2, to the number 63975. And that will send you an autoresponder with some more information about our organization, so you can make sure that we are legit. You can see what our initiatives are, what our programs are, what we're trying to get accomplished here on the East Side and abroad. And from there, you'll also receive our link for our Facebook page. Make sure you hit the like button. That always helps. And also our video about our mentorship program, Hometown Heroes. So they'll get all that just in a quick text. And then from that, if you do want to donate, a few minutes later, you'll receive another with a link for where they can donate directly from there.
So there's a donate button or something.
Yeah, there'll be a
they'll
link.
see.
There'll be a link that comes to their
link.
phone.
Okay.
And they can just click it and enter in their information. But we try not to handle too much cash, right?
Yeah.
Although when our families, when they show up, it's so crazy. We were having this talk today as a team. When families show up to pick up their meals, we really thank you for what we're doing. Is there somewhere we can donate to help you guys out? I mean, that's wild to me, that people that don't have much but are so gracious,
Yeah.
that they want to give you $1, they want to give you 50 cents. And I hear about all these numbers that other large organizations and major entities here in the city get 250,000, 350,000, 1 million. I mean, that's great. That's a lot of money. I haven't seen $1 of any of that, but I know every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we're out here serving in the community. So unless you out there serving, if you just want to raise a bunch of money, you can cut us a check at Dream Leadership Academy Inc. I'll send you the tax ID number, and we'll go make that deposit. And because our goal is to do about 27,000 kits over the course of this summer.
Hold that thought, Anthony. We're going to take a break. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. This is Press Play with Cedric Fisher. We'll be right back.
It's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
Yes.
you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Because of you, I feel not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Nothing to do this week? Don't miss another event. Go to blacksinsanantonio.com for our event calendar. The home of the largest business directory in San Antonio with an African American focus. Sign up today for our weekly e-blast and text message alerts. Help us make this a better community. Connect, empower, grow. Welcome to this week's edition of Black Video News. We mourn the loss this week of rock and roll legend Little Richard and soul singer Betty Wright. The impact they had on our culture will never be forgotten. Rest in peace. Did you receive funding from the PPP or EIDL program? Not many African American businesses received funding nationwide. The average loans were over $240,000, and to be considered, the loan amount needed to be over $100,000. Stay tuned to blackimpactsab.org for more information. Thanks, Thunderbirds! Did you see the flyer over San Antonio? This past Wednesday, the Air Force Thunderbirds did a 30-minute fly over San Antonio. Mobile Test Collection is coming to your community this Friday and Saturday from 9 to 5 p.m. off Eisenhower Road. Do you know anybody who has passed during the COVID-19 crisis? Please email info@blackimpactsab.org with a photo and name so the community will remember your loved one. Do you have a business? Update your profile in blacksinsanantonio.com to let people know your hours of operation and contact information. Do it today. It's free. Remember our healthcare workers and frontline volunteers. Please continue your social distancing, wash your hands, and wear your masks outside your home environment. Stay tuned to blackvideonews.com for the latest news and announcements. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel for instant notifications. Because it matters to you, because it matters to us.
Welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, Cedric Fisher. Happy Friday. Press Play is a show from Black Video News Network. You can find us at blackbookstudio.org, and our COVID-19 program is at website blackimpactsab.org. This evening, we're with a frontline worker, Mr. Anthony Johnson, founder and managing director of Dream Leadership Academy in San Antonio, serving both the folks and children that may have a shortage of food or even hygiene products. Anthony, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
So Anthony, tell us about DREAM, the word DREAM.
Yes, sir.
What exactly does that stand for?
So DREAM is an acronym for the Delegation of Resilient Entrepreneurs Achieving More. And so, a delegation being a small group of people, I had to find a word that really represented what a small group looked like and could embody, teamwork and unity, coming together. All it takes is a few people come together and put a mission and plan into place. So delegation was the word there. And, we as a people, we are resilient for sure.
That would be us.
That's us.
No doubt.
Day. And, I a few years back, about 10 years ago, I think I kind of saw where entrepreneurship was going to be a much bigger thing than what it was 10 years previous. And, I wanted to make sure that I embodied that with social entrepreneurship, which is really what our program is about.
Okay.
And so delegation of resilient entrepreneurs. And then I kind of got stuck, right? And I was like, man, I need something for my A. And we achieve more, we achieve more every day. from where we've come to where we are now, that's nothing but achievement. We may not receive the credit that we deserve for a lot of things, but we are always achieving and creating and innovating and leading that charge. And, when I think about Brother Martin and, what he stood for and what he was trying to accomplish and for people that look like you and I, dream was the word that I wanted to use there, and to be a leader in our community was important. So dream leadership, and being that our main focus are the kids. Academy just worked. So Dream Leadership Academy. Boom. Once I saw it, I was like, yep, there it is. Yeah. And a lot of people ask me, about our logo, and they're like, what does TMS stand for? It's not TMS. We'll start there. But
and that's the logo that's on your shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's actually Tau Mu Delta. Tau Mu Delta. So, for those that be like, well, why would it be Tau Mu Delta? Well, you'd have to join the organization to find out. But there's definitely symbolism in everything that we do.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you do this full time.
Yes, sir.
This is your full-time occupation.
Yeah. Occupation is something that makes you money, but yeah, it's my full-time endeavor.
Okay. And it's coming for you.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
6 days a week. And then, we, as my mother say, you need to rest on Sunday and come cut my grass. So that's what I do on Sundays.
And the organization was established last April.
April of 2019.
So you've been up and about for a good year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you weren't doing this, Anthony, what would you be doing? What was your background prior to?
So I come from a marketing and sales background, but I tell people often that if I had a better relationship with my son, I probably wouldn't be doing this. I come from a history of having my mother and father in the house, seeing them every day, both Air Force. My dad passed last year of cancer. And, I have a son, his name is Antonio. He's out there. Hopefully he sees it at some point. Hey, bud. And I'd want to spend time with him every single day, like my dad did with me. And unfortunately, his mother and I guess we're not on the best terms for whatever that reason is. I couldn't tell you because, when I call her or text her, she doesn't pick up, and she lives out of the city. So it's a whole issue. Apparently the way the system is set up, it's not made to support, brothers that are going through things. So, I'll make that drive up there to see him every day. And, we've people tell you, all you got to do is go to court. $9,000 later, I'm still right back in the same situation. So, I don't have $9,000 to just blow, but I know that I'm a good Christian man, and I believe in the Lord, and He'll provide for us, and He'll guide our path. And for the longest time, I couldn't understand, well, then why, Lord? Why am I dealing with this with my son? Why did my dad have to die? And then it took a good pastor at my church to tell me, Anthony, God will not always bless you with the things that He gives you. Sometimes He'll bless you with the things that He takes away. And once I understood that, I really took hold to the path that He had laid out in front of me. Because the impact that we're having here on the East Side.
Yeah.
Just think if we weren't here, right? So that for me is enough to say, what, Lord, take me as I am and use me as a tool to spread your message, to serve your people, and whatever comes from that, I'd be happy to take because you provided it to me. I'm a firm believer in that, and so I once I understood that, I said, what, maybe I don't get to see my son every day like I got to see my dad, but if I can impact 1,500 kids a week,
yeah,
maybe one day when my son gets older, he'll understand that I had to be a blessing to others. And the love that I want to show him on a day-to-day basis, I need to show somebody. And that's why I go as hard as I do.
So that's your outlet for it. Okay, so you left a sales and marketing background
Yes, sir.
to pursue entrepreneurship in a nonprofit way.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes, sir.
To take-
Social entrepreneurship.
Social entrepreneurship.
Yes, sir.
Took
Yes,
that
sir.
gigantic leap of faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And part of your passion and motivation is your relationship with your son, for better or for worse. It gives you, it inspires you to go out and help others. At least you can take that same love, if you will, and pay it forward.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, I probably had one of the best moms and dads in the world. I still got the best mom in the world. So for me, if you don't have that sort of support system, or as my mother would call it, a safety net, right? If you don't have that, I can see how life could be tough for a lot of people. And we would like to serve, and I won't say as that safety net, but metaphorically speaking, as that safety net. COVID hit, y'all need food, boom, we got you. You need face mask, boom, we got you. Hand sanitizer, done. Mentoring for our kids, done. You need a job, revenue, done. You know, there are things like that we can get creative, you know, and we can find these solutions. You know, social entrepreneurship is about finding these solutions, you know, identifying a cause that you want to attack, coming together as a small group, figuring out the solution and working towards that solution. And that's what we do with our program.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be wrapping up here soon, Anthony.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
our viewers one last time how they can reach out to you
Okay.
and how they can help you.
We need donations, not just monetary, but if you do want to donate a care kit to a family in need, if you have an extra $20 to do so, reach out to us. You can text on your phone DLA to 63975. You'll receive an automatic responded text message, which will have the links that you need to then make your donation at your leisure and secure. Or you can give us a call directly at 210-741-1223. Or you can stop by and see us at our center at 3363 East Commerce Street. We're in Suite 136. Please give us a call before you do. Don't just randomly show up, because, you know, we have people kind of coming in and out, and we can have them running all over the city, or we can be out serving, or we can be doing volunteer events, and obviously we can only have so many people there. Or if you just want to drop off, you know, again, you can even bring us hand sanitizer. We'll take it, but we like to be more hands-on in that process, and instead of just buying whole big bottles, I mean, we'll take them as well, but, you know, aloe vera gel and rubbing alcohol, because we can make a lot more with that. Or essential care items, you know, kids underwear, feminine hygiene products, toothpaste, toothbrushes, you know, deodorants, mouthwash, whatever it is that you feel that people could use and may need at this time. Oh, you know, I'm gonna buy a few extra of those. Do so. Let us know you have them. We'll make sure you get a receipt. We'll give you a shout out on our Facebook page to thank you if we need to, or if you just want to do it out of the goodness of your heart, that'll really help us out. But if anything, you can check us out on our Facebook page. You can see everything that we're about at Dream Leadership Academy USA. You see the purple, so that's us. And find out everything you need to know, and if you're interested, reach out to us. You know, if you're not, that's fine too. But in order for us to, you know, make a better tomorrow for our kids, for your kids, it's going to take you supporting somebody. Either you're going to have to support somebody, you're going to have to do it yourself. To be a good leader, you have to first be a great follower, and that's what we want to inspire others to do and be. But if you want to jump out there and just do it on your own, again, power to you. At least you're doing something, because there are a lot of us that are not.
You make a great leader, Anthony.
Trying.
Appreciate you having you on the show tonight.
Thank you.
And come back and see us again at some point.
Thank you very much.
This has been Press Play with your host, Cedric Fisher. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again this time next week.